When deciding what work of fiction I wanted to compare with the Iliad, I decided that I wanted to do something that I not only knew well, but something that no one else could possibly pick. I racked my brain for a while, and then somehow came across an old script sitting in my closet. It was the script for the first play that I ever did in high school, and at first I put it aside, thinking that a corny play for young audiences that fuses the genres of comedy and mystery could not possibly contain similar themes and characters from the Iliad. Then it hit me. The main character, Clark Brent, takes on the persona of Nerdman to fight the city's enemy, much like Patroclus, who takes on Achilles' armor to fight the Trojans. Upon looking further into the script for similarities, I found quite a few things that really did connect this spoof of Superman and Homer's classic epic. So now I'm here to compare the Iliad with a play by Craig Sodero called... It's a bird! It's a plane! It's... Nerdman! First, I'd like to comment on Patroclus' character off the battlefield. He is Achilles' beloved companion and does his diligent duties as a swift-footed Greek's right-hand man. He is respected by all on the Greek side, and tales of his kindness are told by the likes of Perseus after his death. While Patroclus didn't have a love interest in the story of the Iliad, it is pretty clear by all the grieving by the Achaean woman that he could have easily won the heart of any woman he chose. Clark Brent, the protagonist of Nerdman, is also quite the ladies' man, but at the start of the play has more of an Achilles or a Hector charm, being tough and having grand stories from his life to share with the rest of his fellow workers in the Daily Asteroid newsroom. This tactic helps him win the hearts of every female character in the play, except the one he wants most, fellow newspaper writer Lois Drain. She doesn't go for his tough guy appeal, preferring someone a little more down-to-earth, potentially someone more nerdy, and also capable of stopping the ever-growing crime world in their city of Petropolis. So Clark Brent takes on the form of Nerdman, still strong enough to do battle like Patroclus, but has a softer side as well. As soon as crooks or thieves see Nerdman on the prowl, they run away in fear, like the warriors who are afraid to face Patroclus in one-on-one battle. Patroclus first enters the fray disguised, having taken on Achilles' armor and given the Myrmidons to fight with him. The Trojans cower in fear, deathly afraid that Achilles has finally entered the ring. Patroclus is a strong fighter, and able to bring glory to Achilles' name as he fights in his armor. So too does Clark take on a guise to fight his enemies. When trouble is afoot, the muscle-heavy hero disappears into a closet or a hallway, then re-enters as a pocket protector-wielding vigilante who brings a stop to the villainous characters. Even when Patroclus' true identity is found out, he doesn't cower away and retreat behind the man he was impersonating. He boldly fights on and continues to slay man after man, being stopped only by Apollo, Euphorbus, and Hector combined. Clark Brent as Nerdman is also discovered when he gets revealed to all by the mysterious black figure, while only half changed into his nerdy attire. Still, a great brawl breaks out, and Clark Brent continues to fight until he's able to reveal who is behind all the crimes. Turns out, it was the mayor. There are some structural parallels as well between the two, in that Patroclus and Nerdman don't figure in as major characters until the audience gets a ways into the story. Patroclus is held back under the command of Achilles, only being led into battle after he pleads with his companion in Book 16. Nerdman doesn't make his first appearance until just before intermission, roughly halfway through the play. Both characters need some setup before entering into the fray, taking a backseat to other characters needing to be introduced, and some characters who need to be killed, like countless soldiers in the Iliad, and head investigator into the recent crimes Kylie Lindstrom is murdered by the Black Figure. The stakes are also raised before either character comes in to try and save the day. Achilles waits until the first Greek ship is set ablaze before releasing Patroclus. and the crimes in Petropolis build and build until they reach their peak before Nerdman comes in. Despite the differing circumstances, both stories start to see a silver lining once a new hero emerges from the sidelines and into the action. The two are also trying to help their respective leaders. Both of them have a couple of characters that they work under, one being directly above, and then one who's in charge of their entire group of people. For Patroclus, he has Achilles right above him and Agamemnon as the leader of the Greek army. Patroclus wants to please Achilles and to bring glory to him, and so stays out of the fighting at first, and once he does join the battle, he does so in Achilles' armor, bringing honor to Achilles' name by fighting valiantly. Patroclus also fights for Agamemnon, he being the Achaean ruler and the one who brought them all into this war. In the world of Nerdman, Clark Brent has his boss at the Daily Asteroid, Harry White. The fact that the reports at the top newspaper in the city can't bust the crime open is bringing shame to the paper, mainly to Harry. It is a bad reflection on him as a boss, and so Clark Brent has the motive to bring glory back to their newspaper company. And leading all the people of Petropolis is the mayor, Miles Bumblerust. Agamemnon and Bumblerust can be compared not only in their leadership roles, but in the way they are viewed by their people. Both have done negative acts that bring disrespect to their names. Agamemnon took away Briseis, and the mayor, as it turns out, was the antagonist of the play all along, bringing shame to their city. Another similar theme in the Iliad found in Nerdman is the damsel in distress storyline. The entire Trojan War is based off of this. From the point of view of the Greeks, Helen was kidnapped and is being taken hostage in Troy. One of the writers at the Daily Asteroid, Darla, gets taken hostage by a vile group of characters that are potential suspects for the main crime in the play, but as it turns out, they're just minor crooks. Darla's kidnapping is also reminiscent of another scene in the Iliad. Darla, on the night she gets captured, was snooping around the newsroom trying to find evidence on Nerdman's true identity. The Iliadic counterpart to this happens when Ulysses and Diomedes capture a Trojan that was trying to spy on the Greek camp in the middle of the night. To close, I'll also point out some other smaller similarities. Agamemnon uses women as material possessions, and Harry White shows that he's kind of a sexist by not letting Lois Drain, who could be the top reporter at the Daily Asteroid, not write bigger stories. Though this isn't as extreme as Agamemnon, it's still comparable because of the times that the two works of fiction were written in. Just as Lois Drain respected Nerdman, so too does Briseis respect Patroclus, and she weeps for him and says stories of how kind he was when she sees his dead body. When Nerdman gets in trouble at the end of the climax, the others band together to help him out. The Iliadic version of this is when all the Greeks join together to help protect the dead body of Patroclus. Finally, Nerdman features a coffee boy and a newsboy, which in the Iliad is basically equivalent to messengers and servants. So there you have it. That's how the Iliad and Craigslist play, It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Nerdman compares. You know, it's almost like Craig Sodero was using the Iliad as inspiration when he wrote that play. Well, this has been a great edition of Thomas's video seminars. I'll see you next time when I'm going to talk about birds.
You get the best of both worlds.